My wife spilled it to her girlfriends during their ladies' night out. He's absolutely terrible in bed. Most nights I just close my eyes and picture my ex. They howled with laughter. I was sitting at the table right behind them. I quietly paid the bill, left a note with the round of shots I'd ordered for their table, and slid my divorce attorney's business card on top. The note read, "Since you're already thinking about him, you can have him full-time now. Card canceled. Locks changed. Good luck." I'm writing this from the deck of a rented lake cabin 3 hours north of the city. Dead silence out here, the kind you pay for in cash and heartbreak. I'm 38. 72 hours ago, I was still somebody's husband. Jessica, 34, is currently discovering that the designer handbags, the leased SUV, the wine o'clock, lifestyle she treated like oxygen was never a birthright. It was a benefit package I could cancel the moment the employee showed contempt for the employer. A little context so nobody thinks I'm some hothead who snapped. I run commercial construction projects. Started swinging a hammer at 18, launched my own general contracting company at 26. Today I manage 8- and 9-figure builds. My days are rebar schedules, payment bonds, and million-dollar change orders. I don't do chaos. I don't renegotiate with people who breach contract. I replace them and move on. I applied the same standard to my marriage. Met Jessica 5 years ago. Back then she was a third-grade teacher, soft-spoken, talked endlessly about loyalty, family, and a simple life. I laid it out on date 3. I work long hours, I make very good money, and in exchange I expect calm waters at home, no drama, no public disrespect. She said that was exactly what she wanted. We signed an ironclad prenup. My assets, my business, my pre-marriage house all stayed mine. She called it just paperwork between soulmates and signed with a smile. 8 months ago she quit teaching. "Burnout," she said. "I want to focus on us, maybe start trying for a baby." I was fine with that. One income was never a problem. Instead of nesting, she found a new pack. I nicknamed them the Coven. Sarah, twice divorced, lives off alimony checks like they're Pokémon cards. Michelle, perpetually single, openly hates all men. Danny, married, but brags about her side guy in group chat style. Jessica started coming home with new vocabulary. Little jabs about how controlling I was because I didn't want man-hating rhetoric in my living room. Snide comments about why Sarah's ex bought her a Range Rover, and I only got her a Highlander. I shut it down every time. Calm, direct, no yelling. She'd cry, apologize, play sweet for a week, then drift right back to them. Thursday night was the point of no return. I was closing a whale of a contract over stakes with a developer I'd been courting for 2 years. Corner booth, old-school steakhouse, dim lights. Halfway through numbers, a pack of cackling women gets seated directly behind me. High leather backs, I couldn't see them, but I knew every voice. My stomach turned to ice. They were already 3 bottles deep. Sarah started it. "So, Jess, how's married life with the walking ATM going?" "Still putting you to sleep." I waited for my wife to defend me. 1 sentence. Anything. Instead, Jessica laughed, a mean, drunken, foreign laugh I'd never heard from her, and said, "God, you have no idea. He comes home, grunts about concrete, eats red meat, passes out. Sex, I literally have to pretend he's Brad just to get through it." The table detonated. High fives, shrieks, "Brad the cheater?" "Yup," Jessica slurred. "Whatever keeps the black card active, right?" My business partner across from me heard every word, raised an eyebrow. "That your wife, son?" I nodded once. Ended the dinner, apologized for the interruption. He handed me a cigar on the way out and said, "Take care of your house. Contract's yours Monday. I don't do business with men who let people piss on their lawn." I didn't make a scene. I ordered 4 lemon drop shots, the sugary college drink she and Brad used to do, and had the waiter deliver them with my business card. Message written on the back in thick Sharpie. Then I left. Got home, packed every stitch of clothing, every purse, every cosmetic she owned into the 4 Louis Vuitton suitcases I'd bought her. Neatly folded, I'm not giving her theft accusations to play with. Jewelry she brought in stayed, everything I ever gave her came out. Put the bags in the garage, poured 1 whiskey, sat in the dark and waited. She rolled in an hour later, mascara rivers, reeking of vodka and panic. Tried every page in the script. "You embarrassed me. It was just girl talk. You were spying, that's abuse." Then the big one, "This is MY House too." I let her finish, then spoke in the same tone I use when a sub tries to sneak 4,000 psi concrete instead of 5,000. "House is my separate property. You're a tenant at sufferance. You can leave tonight with dignity and we enforce the prenup, or I file tomorrow citing adultery and emotional infidelity. subpoena your friends, depose Brad, and turn this into the social event of the season. Your call, she called me a monster. I reminded her monsters don't pack your shoes in tissue paper. She took the suitcases and the SUV. I gave her 30 days before I'd report it stolen if payments lapsed, and screamed out of the driveway. The next 48 hours were textbook. 2 a.m. texts from Sarah calling me insecure and threatening lawyers. I replied with Jessica's bank balance screenshot and blocked. Jessica's mom tearfully begging. I told her to ask Brad for couch space. Jessica herself running to Brad the moment she realized Sarah wouldn't let a broke friend cramp her vibe. Turns out Brad isn't the hotshot architect anymore. He's 34, bartending at an Applebee's knockoff, lives with 2 roommates who vetoed her sleeping over. She lasted one night crying at his bar before he told her to leave because she was killing tips. Sunday morning I got the email. Jason, I made a huge mistake. Brad's not who I remembered. I'm in a motel. I love you. You're my rock. Can we talk? I'll sign whatever you want. Translation: the backup plan has bedbugs and no Wi-Fi. Please reactivate provider mode. I forwarded it to my attorney with the subject line, more evidence. Filed Monday. Served her at the yoga studio where she picks up 15 hours a week for fun money. She threatened to fight for half the house, alimony, the works. Her lawyer lasted about 4 hours in mediation once he saw bank records, the prenup video, her giggling with champagne, and receipts proving she contributed throw pillows while I paid the mortgage. She walked away with the clothes on her back, 3 remaining months on the car lease, and $5 grand to disappear. Divorce was final last week. She's in a studio apartment on the rough side of town, driving a 2009 Corolla with a busted taillight. The coven scattered the moment the credit cards stopped working. Brad blocked her after she liked his new girlfriend's Instagram post from the motel Wi-Fi. I ran into Michelle at Home Depot last weekend. She tried the Jessica really misses you, maybe just coffee routine. I smiled, said, tell her I don't need closure. I have peace, a paid-off house, and a boat. She's free to go be with the love of her life. Hope Brad's pull-out couch is comfortable. Walked away with my lumber. Men, do not ignore the slow drip of disrespect. Do not tolerate jokes that would get a man canceled if the genders were reversed. Do not convince yourself she'll outgrow toxic friends, she will become them. And never, ever be afraid to walk. Loneliness is expensive, but self-respect is priceless. I'm about to fire up the grill, crack a cold one, and eat a ribeye I paid for with money I earned on a deck that belongs to me. In silence I fought for. No pretending required. Cheers.